Here's a huge tip to level up your core confidence so that way you'll have a more successful dating life. So years ago, I was on this date, and the girl was super hot, redhead. She was an actress, and she had done some modeling and whatnot. And the date went really well. It was the kind of one where you're making out in the middle of the date at the restaurant, this kind of thing. And towards the end of the date, we're walking around the little strip area that was around the restaurant, and we see these two guys who were drunk, and they were about to fight. Now, as if the date hadn't already gone well enough, to take it over the top, I was able to step in, break up this fight, and assert myself in that situation. Now, one of these guys was actually way bigger than me, and let's be honest, anytime that you get in the middle of something, you could be asking for trouble, right? So it's safe to say the average person wouldn't most likely do something like this. Now, fast forward in the future, and I'm hanging out at this club, and I'm with one of my buddies, and he's talking to this girl who was already talking to some other guy, like real big dude or whatever. And he basically brings me in, we're talking to this girl, and she is like, her eyes are wide, she's playing with her hair, she's eating up every little thing that we had to say, and the other guy got pushed out. Well, after not too long, this guy's friend comes in, and they're trying to, get her attention. They're like, hey, you're making her feel uncomfortable, bro, step aside, blah, 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 blah. And the whole time, her eyes are, wide. She's, leaning into us and, playing with her hair, and just, she's not even paying attention to these guys, right? And so eventually they get frustrated because we wouldn't react to them. We were just shutting them out. Eventually they grab one of them grabbed me, and he was trying to pull me away from the girl, right? So that way it would go unnoticed without her seeing what was going on. Now, luckily by that time I had been studying dating advice and pickup for long enough to know that I shouldn't react to some guy that, is just trying to forge his way into the conversation. But had I not had the confidence to just plant myself and continue talking on this girl, I would have made space for that guy because maybe I was scared about his size or whatever, and the whole situation might have gone differently. So what am I getting at here with these two stories? What is the tip to be learned to have a better dating life? And that is, if you want to project yourself fearlessly out in the world and be able to get what you want in these crazy scenarios like this, you can't be scared for your physical safety. What I've done over the last almost 8 years now is train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu several times a week. And if you don't know what that is, it's a martial art that has live sparring. It's like wrestling with chokes and joint locks, okay? And when you do something like this several times a week, over the years you start to develop intelligence about, okay, a guy about this size, okay, it would kind of go like this to fight that guy. Or a guy about this size, it would kind of go like this to fight that guy, especially if he doesn't have any training. In the way that you carry yourself, the way that you speak without fear of consequence, this translates into so much attraction with the women that you interact with. So consider getting into martial arts because it will totally transform the way that you carry yourself, and make sure that you're following my account for more dating advice.